開幕から6試合で4勝0敗、防御率 1.85、奪三振率 12.18 と今年も素晴らしい成績を残している大谷選手。防御率で上回っているのがヤンキースのゲリット・コール投手とツインズのソニー・グレイ投手。4月の最優秀投手は誰なのか、ピッチングニンジャで知られている投球分析家のロブ・フリードマン氏が解説していました。
It's always a ton of fun to talk baseball. The pitching ninja, Rob Friedman himself. Of course, he's almost a brand unto himself. You know, all of his work, of course, on social media. Rob, it's great to see you. Let's dive right into this. Your pitching ninja pitchers of the month.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough for me to choose. But for the AL, I've got Garrett Cole, Shohei Ohtani, and Sonny Gray. Those are pretty good guys.
Yeah, especially, I was going to say, Sonny Gray, I think, is a real surprise. And I don't know how much truth there is to it, Rob. Certain guys can't perform in New York. But the bottom line is this. He was great with the A's, didn't work out in New York, and right now has been lights out for the Twins.
Absolutely. And I think letting him be himself is the key. Like, dude knows how to spin a baseball and has been just outstanding.
Yeah, you certainly look at those numbers. Ohtani, Gray, and Cole, head of the class so far. How about in the National League? Who are your pitchers of the month?
Well, I've got to go with my fellow Tar Heel, Zach Gallen, who has just been outstanding, as well as Spencer Strider, who, yeah, he's just always dominant. But Gallen's been so good.
Yeah, and look at the fact that Arizona was able to DFA Madison Bumgarner, who on some theories a couple years ago would have been the ace. They really feel like Gallen is the ace of the staff, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like, Zach Gallen is, I mean, I called him a grandmaster. He's just such a great chess player, and just outthinks hitters, executes really well, spins the baseball, does everything you'd want a pitcher to do.
Yeah, I wore the Carolina Blues specifically for you and for Zach Gallen. All right, I love this. Specific best pitches of the month.
Yeah, to me, the one pitch that I keep playing over and over in my head is that Matt Brash slider to Ramirez. It's just not fair. Look at this. I called it a Bohemian Rhapsody knuckle curve, or I think it might have been actually a slider in reality, but it's because Mama, he just killed a man. Look at that.
Mama, he just killed Matt Brash, the pride of Kingston, Ontario, by the way, which is where I spent quite a many years. Do you have another pitch of the month so far in April?
Absolutely. Zach Gallen threw an inadvertent pitch of the month with this cut changeup that fooled everybody and nails the umpire in the mask. He had no idea how he did it. Pasquantino had no idea what he was seeing. Everybody was shocked at this pitch. And I think it just caught a seam and went the wrong way.
Yeah, that is just weird, wacky stuff, to quote Johnny Carson from back in the day. Those are your best pitches of the month, but which pitcher put himself on the map, which I think is always a fascinating conversation, Rob?
Yeah, so to me, I actually, as soon as I saw this guy pitch, I said, this is the future of pitching. And it's Mason Miller, who was outstanding. I just got off a Zoom with him, too. Just outstanding stuff. And this at bat specifically, to make Wisdom, who is a really good hitter, look like he's never seen a pitch before is crazy. 102 with that slider. Just unfair stuff.
Who has got that fastball that you just feel is lights out?
Well, the ones that stood out to me in April, definitely Dustin May had a couple that, he throws gas, but the movement on it, it just looks like this one, you can't throw a better 100-mile-an-hour fastball than just dotting that thing up. And he gets really good movement up to like 19, 20 inches of run on it, too. It just looks unfair.
It certainly does. Who else you got?
We have Zach Wheeler had a sinker that I believe ran 22 inches. And these are my favorite, right? Like getting a fatality on this pitch, absolute soul stealer.
Yeah, I love the way you wrote the fatality there, especially with the tombstone in there, because that is accurate as well. Okay, favorite breaking ball of the month.
So Kevin Kelly, who not everybody knows, threw a ridiculous breaking ball that just barely catches the zone. I think it's a 23 inches of horizontal break. You can imagine something starting out way in the other batter's box that comes back and somehow clips the zone. Everybody gives up on this pitch, and it's by a guy just comes out of the Rays lab, and they mint pitchers.
They certainly do. The Rays are an absolute factory. How about one more breaking ball? Who is the guy?
Well, my main dude is Shohei Ohtani's sweeper. It's ridiculous. There's a reason why he's so good. Well, there's many reasons why he's so good. One of the main reasons is this sweeper that, he's throwing these things. They're absolute Frisbees. And just looking at it, you're like, it visually jumps off the page at you.
By the way, Bill Ripken has a quibble with this whole sweeper conversation. It's a slider. It's not a sweeper. How did we get a new pitch all of a sudden here, Rob?
Hey, this is a great conversation. I mean, it's been a trend in baseball to design pitches, and we know how now to replicate it by let me get my camera back in focus here. By getting the seams of the baseball to cut through the air right, it adds to horizontal break. So we're able to teach it, and horizontal break has been going up more and more in baseball. I think it's like tripled breaking balls that have moved over a foot horizontally. So we needed a new name for it. Pitchers need to know how to, they've called this internally a sweeper. Pitching coaches have called it, teams have called it a sweeper as well. And hitters need to know, like some pitchers have both a slider, traditional slider with a lot of vertical break, and then a sweeper. And if you have both, how do you tell a hitter to prepare for both? So I think having a different name is totally cool. We have knuckle curves, a subset of curveballs. We have two-seamers that are a subset of fastballs and sinkers as well. Squares are a subset of rectangles. Why can't we have a different category of slider? It is a slider, but it's a special slider.
He's a special man. Rob Friedman, the pitching ninja. Always love your work. Next time you got to come on, you have to look like the logo. You have to have the blindfold. You have to have the stitches in your face. It'll be great.
Dude, that is a great idea. I should definitely do that.
All right. Look forward to it, Rob. Thank you.
Thank you.
スイーパーについては大変参考になるご意見でした。あれだけ変化に違いがあるので同じスライダーとするのは見ている方も困惑してしまいますね。スイーパーはこれから投げる投手も増え定着していくでしょう。4月の月間 MVP 最優秀投手賞は誰になるのでしょうか。大谷選手はアスレチックス戦の自責点5で防御率を落としてしまいました。完封勝利をしているゲリットコール投手でしょうか。防御率で上回っているソニーグレイ投手でしょうか。こちらの発表も楽しみです。